Then.
Alright, welcome to Urealms Live! Fan Quest. This is going to be Campaign 5, which is going to be about a team of gnomes going spelunking, or whatever race, I don't know. Originally it was gnomes, but since we're doing Season 3 and I don't want to limit people, I'm going to make it so you can don't have to be a gnome, but for this campaign, I finally updated certain things. Like the shop is cooler because if you look, I added in some new supplies for my players, which should make hopefully the shopping experience a little bit more interesting. I've also there's a few things that are not still 100% up, but I've also mixed in some of the updated class cards with better rules justifications and some of the other stuff. But you guys are all going to be playing as, well, a bunch of people who found a crack near the Tower of Ultimate Wizardry, and you're going to go spelunking down to see what you can find down there. So today we have, at the moment, Nick, DJV, and Memes building their character. Okay, Nick and DJV are pretty much guaranteed, and hopefully will be available to play on Sunday, no problem. DJV, we're going to see if he can, but if he can, I prefer him not to pick like teamwork-based stuff just in case, but we'll see. So we'll also be having what's our other person? Yeah, Echo Pirate make his character later as well on a separate recording, but I'll show him what we picked out so far. And if anyone else wants to make their characters as well, just in case Memes doesn't, or something happens to Memes or someone else. So with that, I hopefully have given my players a chance to look through their shop and everything.
The weapons were expensed.
Oh, oops. What the heck? That's weird. I clicked the
everyone.
That was weird. I swear I hit the deal all button and it didn't dispense them. So I dispensed to one person, then I could hit the button. So it looks like DJV has my custom class here today. The Elemental, the Primentalist. Why is it labeled Elementalist? I guess that's because of the old original version of it, but you get which one it's supposed to be. It's on the card itself. So while my players look through their options and start thinking, I'm going to point out some of the changes to the shop. We have disabilities, which are basically similar to the old Season 2 supplies that literally, these cost absolutely nothing, but there's several different things you can pick from that are negatives to your character themselves, but will give you the team some extra gold. There is also a random attribute, which you can get an extra one. And dynamic. Oh, sorry. Do you need to see? Sure, you can look at the Primentalist cards if you haven't seen them before, DJV. And yes, Nick nicely did them off, as well as there's the 13th one is Lava Burst. If you're curious. The other supplies are going to be dynamic actions, which give my players the chance that if they like the normal anytime system with Season 3, that they can purchase this supply. There's also, to go alongside spell scrolls, there's also random potions. An elemental shifter that lets them change an element on an item or skill they pick up.
Oh wow! Now, if I get that, can I say I want? Can I do half-breed elements?
I prefer only adding or changing one element. Okay, if you bought two, I would let you just completely shift it. But it depends. It depends on the item and ability.
Alright.
And yes, apparently Kari's watching us. Hi, Kari.
I know exactly what I want to
do. We also have racial masteries, which are for varying prices, but they start at 50 gold, which are similar to the old masteries from Season 2. That a lot of them are recreated versions of some of the old Season 2 racials and stuff, if they don't exist anymore.
Question. Does Sorcerer have any dark spells?
I can check real quick. I don't think.
No, I think Sorcerer is primarily like Earth and Ice.
Yeah.
And
And Arcane. I'm checking on the website right now. There is no dark.
What about Alchemist?
Oh, Alchemist.
Alchemist is 0 spells entirely outside of like.
Is there any dark and fire spells?
In any of your classes, there's Fire and Ranger, but there's no dark.
Alchemist has fire and rage fate.
Okay, so that elemental mage gauntlet is a no-go.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I got an option to get one to go off.
Remember, if you really want to get the Mage Gauntlet, you can always shift one of the elements using the Elemental Shifter if you want.
That's really hard.
Because it doesn't just change its element, it can also change how it works. So it would make sense, like, if you use it on an Elemental Mage Gauntlet, you can go, oh, I'm just going to instead go, alright, it's not a Earth and Fire and Dark, it's an Earth and Fire Mage Gauntlet.
Except I don't have a shifter in my shop.
No. Supplies is everyone's shop. It doesn't matter. Supplies don't matter, I only organize them by gold cost.
Alright.
So keep that in mind, as supplies it doesn't matter. Supplies are like for everyone. You can pick them as long as there's copies in the shops.
So should we start doing races?
One moment. I was going to point out the last two things. There's also the Fortune Redo for 100 gold, which allows you to re-roll a randomized card or ability. AKA, if you want to be an elf and you get a bunch of shitty spells, you can spend 100 gold to go, okay, I want to re-roll all the spells I got from my elf racial. Or it can even be used like in campaign. So if you decide you want to be a magician and you go, okay, I want to spend 100 gold to completely re-roll one of my regal top hats. So that's a fun little one I added in. And the last one is the most expensive one, is random skills. For 500 gold, you can choose 3 of any combination of spells, abilities, or passives, and keep 2 out of those 3 cards that you draw. Again, it's a big skill because you're getting skills that normally you wouldn't be able to obtain normally, including passives and non-spell abilities. But it's a big purchase item. If you want to try to build a character that's completely unorthodox, you can purchase it.
Wait, sorry.
Random skills. So just for those watching, those are some of the new supplies in the shop. That hopefully will make character creation pretty cool. Whoa, before picking everything, you probably want to wait to see like your cornerstone and attribute as well, DJV. But if you're pretty sure about Primentalist beforehand, alright, so Nyx wants to be a gnome.
I suppose I'll wait just in case I get blasphemous.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I mean, maybe Magician could be okay with Blasphemous, because Magician might be able to go, okay, I just pull a spell out of my hat. I'm not casting the spell, my hat is.
Well, I think the thing about Blasphemous is you don't believe in magic. Like, you wouldn't do anything that involves.
That would be hilarious. I would love to see a Blasphemous Magician then. That would be. I would.
Did you change Blasphemous yet?
No, I have not.
Well, if you do happen to play.
I have not changed any of the attributes yet for this campaign, so we'll have to see in the future. That's going to be probably part of the future deck building and all that, unless I uploaded them real quick, but unless you draw those cards. I prefer, most of the cards are going to be played as is, and hopefully by the next campaign, I'll finish up updating the treasure deck and the few card changes from the normal cards and updating them.
Don't worry, I'm a dwarf.
Alright, so first, you want to be a dwarf, DJ B?
Yes, I am being a dwarf.
Alright, that's 500 gold then for you. Oh shit, did I not upload the gold counters?
It's all about the money.
You want me to put the...
No, I got him.
Don't worry, DJ.
I swear that was the one thing I put on the board already, but maybe I forgot them.
We're all about the monies.
That may make it hard to count the gold if I don't have the gold counters. Woo! 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 There you go. You all have gold counters now. So, Nick, you want to be a little tiny little gnome, huh?
Gnomes aren't that small. Teams are small.
Gnomes are pretty small.
Yeah, gnomes are still pretty small.
It's over there.
Treasures.
The only reason I went for that deck is because a lot of treasures were already drawn out.
And I thought it was weird they had just 2 separate decks. So, Nick, you're starting off with a Rocash paint suit.
Oh, nice.
A Gemskin armor. Freemium catalog. And Heats and Pride. Wow!
Premium catalog. Wow.
Someone got a Gemskin armor.
Wow, that seems pretty like we're probably gonna have to play a caster today. And keep in mind, you can give one of your 2 armors to a party member, which I would prefer you give it to like DJV. AK, since we're not sure who else is gonna be here, or you can hold back and wait to see what our other player is gonna Echo Pirate ends up being.
Wow, I am canceling the Christmas gift I was about to send you in the mail.
Oh, fine. Here, take it.
Alright, and the last memes here at the bottom means you are also a dwarf. So I'll give you 500 extra gold.
Good job, DJ Rich Bastard.
Sorry, James' question. Premium catalog says all just spells. So what does that exactly mean?
It has to have a spell gem.
So anything with a spell gem or spell abilities only?
I think I'm cool with it being a spell gem.
Oh wow.
You
That is powerful.
Yes, I've done that before. Wasn't it? I think it was 1 or 2 games ago. Someone. Oh God! It was God. Who was the one who had the freemium catalog for their chosen treasure?
Don't you remember? They had Seeker.
Yeah, and they went Seeker, and it was insane. But yeah, if you really want, I'll let you purchase past anything with a spell gem for half price.
Alright, question. What if I somehow got the freemium catalog?
No, it would not stack. There is no double a doubles.
Alright, just wondering.
I mean, you could give it to someone else before you officially start buying, but once you or a party member starts buying, you probably need to be set on whether you want it or not.
I'm probably gonna take it regardless. I mean, I don't really have good weapons in my shop.
Alright, since we don't have our last play right now, we are not going to go into their stuff. But let's get the dice for some gold rolls.
No cornerstone attribute.
Oh, yeah, cornerstone and attribute first. Sorry, hold on. Before you do gold rolls, I forgot about that. Thank you for 20.
Yeah, he was about to roll 20.
Totally. Okay, go on. Screw my idea. Why I don't have a character idea yet?
Nice.
For your character idea. Oh man, I got a race for my...
What the hell? How did it look in the deck?
You are a king, man.
I got all over again.
Okay, so DJV, you're going to be a daredevil today.
That's an attribute.
Yeah.
And your cornerstone is going to be playwright.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
You're a daredevil playwright with gemstone armor.
Man.
So that means you can use other people's fire and ice spells, and you can automatically, once per game, make it the next ability you use a crit.
Oh man, that is awesome. Plus, I don't need my guidance of peers because that's what that does. I can save money.
Well, it also would let you cast Earth spells if you decided.
Sorry,
Yeah,
can I just say something about this like combination? You take so many risks writing your books.
Maybe, yeah, I like to think like you're an adventurer who writes stories about. And the Daredevil totally fits with the campaign. You're like, oh, there's a crack through the Tower of Wizardry. Well, I'm just gonna go down to there. So, sorry, this goes through. So,
maybe I'm like a historian that goes on the field, but for the present.
So Nick, you are a messenger and mischievous. Oh my god, I love it.
That's gonna kill me.
So you get 5 random spell scrolls. Good thing I updated the spell scroll deck.
You have to take yeah.
It's like we are fairly similar. I write the stories and you deliver them.
Fixed guided dice.
You take them out of the field.
I also prank your books while I'm messaging.
Dude, I'm a freaking brave noble fighter. Like, what the heck?
Wow.
So here's your 5 random spell scrolls, Nick.
Ooh.
We got spell scrolls for Flameland CX, Blessing of Strength, Wind Block, Flock Raven ZX, and Way of the Tiger. Okay, so you have double damage buffs for 2 encounters for the party.
What's the minimum amount of spells I can remove? Because I'm gonna keep some, it's just that some are kind of like...
As I said, you can always just ditch cards. That's fine. You don't have to keep certain ones, so if you decide to, like, you just fill your inventory. Right now, I would keep them just in case, but, like, if you go... And if you really don't like them that much, remember, you can purchase the item that lets you redraw them if you want.
I mean, yeah. What's the cornerstone for...
Alright, let's look at meme. Optional player number 1.
He gets like that card that tribute.
Alright, you are a healer, Gallant.
Oh wow.
You got Sun Clerk, you can heal for 100 health.
Alright, like you are...
Nope.
Like Grand California, man.
Nope.
As it shows you.
Nope.
It was get
So you're gonna... You definitely probably want some sort of healing ability, so that Sun Cleric looks pretty appealing.
Nope. We're definitely going Lumberjack.
Oh, Lumberjack could also be fun. That's right. You can heal with Lumberjack, too. At least yourself, if no one else. The next, let's do gold rolls! DJV, roll for your gold. Money, roll out.
Go on, give it to me. Oh.
4. Nick, go ahead and roll.
Even 50, baby.
Wow.
That doesn't change what I was planning on being.
That's okay, that's okay. So go ahead and roll for your gold. Oh! Wow! Rich dwarf over here.
We get 1 and then a 20. It's all good.
May I remind you, this is the second time I've rolled 1 on character creation. The first one was my last character.
Wow! And remember, because you rolled a 20 at character creation, this should give you incentive to play with us, Memes, because that means you will be rolling double for your legendaries.
Dang it.
Now you're going to feel more incentivized to actually stick with us on Sunday.
I mean, Suncliff's great because they have 50 heals for you.
Yeah, I feel Lumberjack and Sunclerk is the best ways to take advantage of healers. Alchemist could get lucky and get that 1 skill. That, like, could get a few healing potions, technically, but...
Is it bad if I want to go Ranger?
Not at all. You don't have to take advantage. Heck, you have an energy vest in your shop. Technically, that's all you could use. You're like, okay, I heal 100 stamina each turn.
Wait, I have a question. If I get lifelink, When I give other people stamina, does it give them more?
No.
Dang it.
Because it's a trading of health, not an actual heal.
Well, I had to ask. Okay.
So it looks like DJV, you still want to be an elementalist?
Yeah.
Alright.
Excited.
So Nick, you want to be a buccaneer?
I was being a pirate originally, but now that I'm Stevie's messenger,
Wait. What is the backstory for this campaign again? I'm sorry.
As I said, you guys are all going to be people. I don't know if you want to decide if you guys actually were like there woke up at your camp the night before and you see the crack, or whether like you're just explorers and adventurers who discover this crack, or whatever you decide. But they find like a crack that leads down, and you're going to go spelunking to see what's down there.
Give me a bit of time. I gotta go on the website and look up classes.
Jane, may I start buying? So what I'm about to do is very important to my character.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna buy some random skills.
Oh, wow. You're starting off with random skills. Jesus Christ, Nick.
Alright, there's three skills I want. Alright, and I get to pick, and it's a random from 2, right?
AKA, you get to choose a combination of spells, abilities, or passives.
Wait, you said
Any combination, and you get 3 of them. So, like, if you want 3 abilities, or 3 passives, or a spell and 2 abilities, or whatever.
What do you mean by abilities?
You said all supplies we can buy any of this.
Yes, you can buy from any area of the supply shop. Supplies are just, they're limited to, quote, how many you get, but at the same time, they're also like...
Then I will go sign quick.
Alright, so Jane, the cards I want are Jack of all trades, borrow...
No, that's not... No, it's... You are getting random ones.
Oh, I see what it does now.
Yeah.
Okay, then I have a...
AKA, probably the best bang for the buck is going for the passives or the abilities, because there's like almost no other way to get those.
That's true.
But if you want, you can like get random spells, but usually there's better ways to get random spells.
Need to think about this.
How do you do multi-class? Some people let you choose one that you already have. Some people do it randomly. How do you?
It's completely random.
Okay.
Please don't take that. That kills my whole build.
Well, I'm just thinking for the future.
Okay, but that kills my whole build if you take that.
So you're taking... So this is interesting. Our 2 core people are going to be the one... quote, 1 per deck class and the custom class. So I'll have to see how those work out together.
I see why.
I really like that multi-class.
Crap, so you're saying I'm stuck with this.
I mean, I could not take Spell Cleric, but then we won't have a heal.
Let me see, what does this say?
Remember, as a Primentalist, you have plenty of ways to do other things. Like Wisdom of the Elements can easily give you some other skills, or Primal Mastery, depending on how expensive you want to go.
Okay, yes, I think I take a play, yes. What does blinded do again?
Blind, it means you don't hit with basic attack or abilities unless you critically hit until you clear the blind.
Okay.
Alright, I decided I'm getting skills.
Alright, you're going to take a risk with it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, what combination do you want?
30 passives.
Just 3 passives?
Yes.
Alright, let me draw you 3 passives and see if this changes you guys' builds at all.
Nope.
Your 3 passives, Nick, are Master Mixologist,
God damn it.
Unbreakable, and
Also,
Aura of Retribution.
wow, a lot of this is useless.
Wait, how did you say multi-class would go again?
You get you draw a random one.
Okay, also, what is a 13 skill for cleric?
For Sun Cleric, it's a passive that lets you make sun tiles. Give me a moment. Let me find you a copy of it.
Yeah, because I need to know if I would take sunrise or not. Wait.
Blessing of the Sun here. Whenever you deal damage to a foe, you get to put a sun rune on an empty adjacent space to them. So, keep that in mind with what you picked up, Nick. Oh my god, I realized Aura of Retribution plus Aura of plus Hates and Pride.
That gives me companion abilities. Getting a Fates in Fury.
So every time you're put in danger, you get not only learn a random companion ability, but you also get 3 bonus actions.
I know, but how much else do you have Master Mixologist? And this is kind of...
Remember, you can actually buy random potions as well.
I know,
oh, wait! That's right, you get to pick which one you give up. That's right, you only keep 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
So you don't need to keep Master Mixologist. Feel free to toss that. Or remember, you can always, if you really don't like what you pulled, you can always redo it with that potion.
Oh yeah, fortunately.
So, I'm gonna roll the dice. Can I get a, with multi-class?
Oh, you want a multi-class. Does anybody else want it? I mean, Nick and...
He can have it.
Neither of you plan on multi-classing?
No, but I am gonna you.
Oh, you want a fortune redo?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, what do you want to draw from the same combination, or...
These 3?
Can I redo everything, or is it one day?
It's up to you. I'll be nice.
Can I choose, like, specifically?
No. You have to choose... No, I think it's an all or nothing type deal.
Well, then I'll choose all of them.
Alright, let's give you... Do you still want passives?
Yeah, all passives.
Oh, dang.
Is it gonna be universe?
Oh my gosh, is that or of chaos?
Cursed Existence, Aura of Dexterity, and Cursed Existence.
How does Aura of Dexterity work?
Probably just gives you one more anytime, right?
Aura of Chaos means is that those spell scrolls you have actually won't stay what exactly spells they are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
But these are only spells, right? So, like, if I have something... So what does So about the spells... Do you draw a spell? Do you draw another spell on top of that spell?
Right now, you haven't even used your premium catalog. You sure you even need it? You have 250 gold and you're a non-spell-based class, for the most part.
You don't want to take Cursed Existence?
I mean, the only thing you could really buy with your class is, like, Haunt, and Jolly Roger. And maybe Blood Oath Contract, but that's 5 gold. Yeah, that's 5 gold.
If you're not going to want the freemium, I could take it, because I have a lot of expensive spells.
Like you.
I could just deck my
You want to be nice, Nick, and give him... Keep in mind, Nick, this is very risky. Right now, you really don't have basic attacks. You're only just casting random spells and trying to get
whenever he
defeated.
attacks, you get 5 magic damage.
Well, here's a question about Aura of Chaos. When I cast, how does it exactly work? So let's say I had like a long range spell and it became like a short range spell. What happens?
Basically, every time you cast a spell, it's just completely redrawn. Thus, if you aren't in range to cast that spell, or if it's like a personal spell or whatever, aka you can try to Blessing of Strength, and instead of Blessing of Strength, it's a random spell.
Okay. What if I offer you something in exchange for the Fangame catalog?
I mean, I kind of like, I just want to be like a joke and fortunately do again.
Before we do anything, can I get my multi-class?
Alright, so you bought all your skills?
Yes.
Alright, your new class then is Booty Raider.
Sick. Corrupted bag holding. Corrupted bag holding.
Alright, I know what I'm doing. Can I buy spells then give it to him?
No, remember this is supposed to be like you choose to give the treasure beforehand.
Guys.
So honestly, Nick, with 250 gold, you have like I think you at least need a basic weapon, Nick.
Hold on a second. Are there? Where are these?
First off, I'm ditching Aura of Chaos.
How much gold do you need? Because in exchange for that, maybe I could take a disability and give you so you can get some extra gold.
Oh, that's right. Remember, you can always get yourself more money, Nick, by taking one of the new disabilities.
Jane.
Well, I was gonna
Yes?
take no mastery, which is a ton of my gold.
Sorry, what?
Ooh.
If I do the golden flintlock and destroy the treasure,
Kind of how I'm deciding golden flintlock works is that you basically, it's a no-roll bonus action equal to approximately what you used for an attack.
That's no mastery is amazing because then you can just give me the full catalog anyway and still use it.
well, it says you may destroy treasure cards 5.
Yes, you can destroy treasure.
That's a treasure weapon.
Oh,
Okay. So it wouldn't do 100.
I mean, Jane wouldn't be nice.
No, because why would it do 100?
If I had double damage.
No, because it's an ability, not a basic attack, as part of that ability.
Well, yeah, see, basic attack and the 50 damage destroy treasure is not a basic attack.
Okay.
The other part is that.
It wouldn't be helped by my sunblade. Yeah.
Oh, no mastery could work really well for you, Nick.
Yeah, but that depends. People buy treasures.
Well, I'm gonna be buying. Well, am I
Treasure abilities, that's the thing.
And keep in mind, if he sticks with us and actually joins us for the campaign, Memes is, I think, was looking at the corrupted bag of holding, so it's very likely he'll have treasures.
Alright. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I was gonna buy post-traumatic stress disorder, mostly because of my character. So I'll be getting 100 gold off that, but if you buy disability, I'll actually be able to buy stuff. I mean, I don't know if there's anything that fits your character, though.
Let me see. Leo, peg leg. Oh, I must have had the roll to move. Oh.
Yep. Instead of rolling to sprint, you just roll to move in general.
Oh man. And the problem is when they get out of the mage gauntlet, I don't want to have to roll to move. Libido. Oh man, I'm a combat thing.
Like,
And
You don't know what gender of enemies you're going to fight. That's part of the libido thing.
all of these just
I have a question.
those disabilities are
If
really
I get the dynamic act and veteran, which give me 4 anytime times,
Yes, that would put you up to 4 any times per combat.
but his dexterity gives us.
No, you
Oh,
have to buy it.
okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it doesn't help you.
You know, because it's so expensive, I might be willing to let you guys all get...
When you purchase his passive, oh, he didn't purchase it. Well, his dexterity. So, would you?
So, were you considering, Nick, between Cursed Existence and Aura of Chaos?
Jane,
I don't want either.
can he do
You
the
just
last
want
line of that?
that one?
Can you do the last line of that?
No, like Aura of Chaos is gonna mess me up. And Cursed Existence I just don't like as a card.
Jane.
Okay.
Or of Dexterity, it says you...
But it also says when you purchase the ability. He didn't.
Yeah, so well, he did buy it. He bought it from...
Well, technically, since it wasn't RNG, but I might be nice. I might be willing to give you guys Aura of Dexterity, since that's the only thing he kept. And he spent freaking 600 gold. If you really want, I will let you guys all have Aura of Dexterity.
Alright, give me Aura of Dexterity.
Do you want Aura of Dexterity too, DJV?
Can I take it and then get rid of it later if I don't?
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Question. If I get Dexterity and Veteran, does that...
Alright, Jane, give me that attribute, man.
If you really wanted, you could go up to 3 any times a round, but remember...
I know. Well, I was also thinking about getting the dynamic actions, so that I get 5 any times.
Well, that's only 5 total.
Yeah, 5 total, but that's still 5.
That is true. Well,
So I can do
can't really
everything
cast until Nick is figured out because I'm waiting till he gets his free.
Alright, so Nick is buying a random attribute. Oh god.
It's gonna be even more shite than my last character.
My thing is thinking about why I could do that is that I can keep
Alright, Nick.
you guys away from people.
You're a random attribute as a coward!
It's a sad day for mankind right now. I'm just gonna be spamming all hands on deck the entire game.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is now you want to give me the free catalog because you're not going to be using it.
Question: If this Strike Reach aim at their pocket and bag and add 5 to the die, so what does that mean? Like I can pick their money, pickpocket them?
Oh, I think it just means is that you just do a basic attack, but it has a higher chance to not miss or something.
What is the 13th ability for it?
Oh, you don't remember it from last week?
No.
It's the Haunted Trinket.
What does that do again?
Remember?
No.
What are you doing next? I'm just stuck.
It's an action you can actually use it at any time. So there, ergo, it's actually a really good choice for you if you're going to go this whole I want a billion anytime systems.
I could also treasure use that. I'm kidding.
Alright, Jamie. I want the Keenstone Blade.
Of course. Oh god, so you want to re-roll your Messenger Cornerstone?
I'll keep the spell scrolls, right?
It says replace. So... Nick, you're just building the weirdest character this week.
Hey, Jane, is Golden Shot worded properly? So every time I roll a high...
Yep. You literally get to use it for free every time you roll an 18 or higher.
Of a bitch. I like that. I gotta get that.
So, you want the Keenstone Blade, Nick?
Yes.
Gosh darn it, Nick. You're just going through all the random stuff.
I mean, I kind of screwed over my character when I bust.
Oh, well, there you go. You might have saved it. You're mech savvy now.
Alright, but I want to see the other 2 cornerstones I get from it. I get to choose from a section 3. I want to make sure that I don't...
You also get Outlaw and Musician.
No, I'm going to take mech savvy.
Because you might have a better chance of getting something.
No, because that's more RNG. RNG's been treating me so well today.
Oh god, I am so curious to see what kind of story you give me for your character's backstory.
High rules.
Oh, trust me, it's going to complete hell.
Hey, I'm DJ.
So it's 10 items.
I can use the elemental ascendants.
Yeah. So basically, the reason I'm taking so long is I have freaking Book of Magic Mastery in my shop. So I'm trying to figure out what ability I'm gonna want to be spamming.
Please help me.
With my mixture of Elemental Ascendance plus Gauntlet plus like Echo of the Elements potentially. So I need to figure out what ability I'm wanting to be spamming.
I mean, unfortunately, great. So I was playing them by no mastery.
Okay, I have a question. If I ransack somebody and I have the can't treasure deal 50 damage.
Oh, wait, can you just like go through them one by one? That's
Oh, wait, 2 5.
Alright, I got total.
Wow, Nick, that's a really sad shop. It looks like the only thing you pulled is freaking C-Bones and Old Hand Cannon EX.
Hey, can I take that?
It's not a treasure ability.
It's not supposed to be.
It says add any ability cards to your inventory.
I mean, technically, all class things are abilities, judging by this tag up here.
What tag up where?
Up here. Shout out.
You know what? Your character is so crappy, I'll give you it. Just to be nice, because honestly, Mech Savvy is a weird one that's often terrible.
Make it rain, go
This is the stupidest character I've ever made. Alright. Now the problem is I can't buy post-traumatic stress disorder because I'm buying no masters. This is amazing.
I'm going to get a corrupted bag of holding. Can I use this?
Why do you even want the devoted tattoo? You can totally not have the devoted tattoo and then you can get them both.
Jane, can I cast the corrupted bag of holding right now?
Wait, let me think about it. I mean,
it does say you can do it at character creation. You want 2 crushers?
Yeah. I activate my trap card.
Alright, you have a Hypno Ring and a Warp Blade.
Wait. Warp Blade, whatever you basically activate. Fuck, this is fake.
Yeah, you're going to be pretty well off here, Mr. Sun Cleric Booty Raider. I'm curious, what kind of backstory? You are gallant as well, and Worries is a healer. So I can see some backstory for your character.
250.
I was really hoping to multi-class into Paladin, but it didn't work.
Instead, you're just going to be a Booty Raider.
Yes.
Booty Cleric.
Jane, what do you consider half of 250?
What do you,
do you round up or down?
Well, all around, like, well, I don't know why it makes a difference. Right now, I'll just say it was 120. I took it off your character.
120? Okay.
Hey, Meme, are you done buying stuff in the shop?
No.
Alright, just curious.
Okay, I'm gonna then spend 50 and buy Spirit Link. And then I would like to offer a copy to my compatriots.
Do you guys want a copy of Spirit Link?
Which one's Spirit Link?
It's a passive, so Nick, you may want it, but you may not simply because...
Especially Nick, I feel like we might be partners in this little endeavor.
Wait, what passive did you get rid of, Nick?
I got rid of Aura of Chaos because I had another plan. I'm planning on getting post-traumatic stress disorder, Giant's Blood, and Haunt. So I do 15 damage on the battlefield.
I'm okay with that Spirit Link because I can just leave and then heal myself.
That isn't an ability! I don't want to keep...
Oh my gosh. Dude, I can just keep you up and on my turn.
You know what? It's so shitty. I'll let you have them with Baldur, Nick.
Why would you want to keep me up? I have nothing.
No, DJ. No, I said give. Yeah, I'll take a Spirit Link.
Okay. I'm gonna buy Book of Magic Mastery, and I know what spell I'd like to get from it.
James, can I get a spirit link?
Well, hold on a second.
Okay, what spell did you want
Okay.
for the Book of Magic Mastery?
Can I get the wizard ability Flame Lance?
Oh, okay. You're going for the Lava Burst build.
With Primalist.
Yeah, keep in mind, remember you can also purchase that skill with
Son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, but they're not spells, so they're not half off. So
I have a question, James. The energy vest, would that have healed me for 100 if I...
Yes, you can. Do you want to trade off your armor?
I'm not going to trade off my armor.
Alright, Jane.
And keep in mind, with the rules I'm testing, the Buckaroo Vest, by the way, limited are still only used once per combat. So, basically, this lets you use the limited skills of an ally, but then they can't use it as well.
Jane, I have a question.
Oh, so you do it once per combat total, not once per player per combat.
Jane,
Yeah.
if I get caught...
Oh, that makes the Buckaroo Vest whole. Like,
I don't know. We'll test it. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Jane, I'm getting a question. If I get caught and I get scarce vision, the range isn't changed on pops, right?
I would say it would be harder to hit people with, but otherwise, no.
Damn it. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm getting
the money for anything.
I need clarification.
Nick, you know what? I'll be nice. Since you did not keep anything, I'm going to give you back 200 gold. Because of your freaking... You didn't keep any of the skills from random skills.
No, I kept going with dexterity, but I'll remove it.
No, what? No. I'll be nice and refund you 200 gold because of all the money you spent, you only kept one item. I'll refund you 200 gold because I'm a nice GM. And right now I feel like your character is pretty shitty.
Energy vest. Would that restore 100?
Yes, it would.
Okay. Hey, DJ, you're never gonna die.
Oh, dang, that's gonna be awesome.
Can I also get a spirit link from Jay? Yes.
Okay.
Hey DJ, I can give you 100 life Urealms to just go be your daredevil.
Yeah, man, that's what my goal is.
Although as part of this trade-off is that I'm giving him money back, but you guys don't get a dexterity.
DJ, I have a more important question. Do you want me to give you my regular actions? Because if I get quartermaster, I can just give you my...
Well, you can already with Spirit Link.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Can I get my Flame Lance, please?
Okay, you want a copy of Flame Lance.
Yep, that's what my Book of Magic Mastery is gonna be.
Alright, let me search for the Wizard class. Here you go.
Now, So I need two dark, right? I need two dark spells to get the Mage Gauntlet to go off?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Because I have been informed that people... Honestly, I'm still okay with, by my rules, is that in order to be considered skills, you have to be 3 of an element, but items can count for it.
Got it.
So not that it makes any difference with your character in the first place, though.
Right. So right now I'm just trying to figure out what to make dark. So I figure how many of these are there? There's 5 shifters, so I figure if I shift Elemental Ascendants make one of them dark, that won't change anything. But if I change any of my fire spells dark, I feel like it'll change it. So it won't be as good a combo.
If you want to just make it that simple, yeah, you could really buy just 2... Why don't you just try an RNG up a new spell? See if you can get lucky with, like, Wisdom of the Elements, and see if you can get a part dark spell out of it.
Or I could do that, or for the same cost, I could just buy Spirit Beast Assault and then Element Shift it, Dark. Which is what I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to spend 50. Got just a spell.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend 100 more, and I'm going to get 2 Elemental Shifters. Oh, wait, actually, no. I'm just getting 1 Elemental Shifter. And I'm changing the Elemental Mage Gauntlet to be both Fire and... I guess it doesn't matter. And Light.
Oh, okay. So what do you... Oh, I see what you're doing. You want to change your gauntlet. Instead of darkness, it's light now.
Yes.
All right. Then, of course, then that will change your card. That this is now... Let's make a little marker for it.
Okay.
To say that now this is a light in Fire Mage Gauntlet.
Yes.
Oh, that is so cool.
Jaden.
Uh-huh.
So, I bought post-traumatic stress disorder and plundered chest of like 5 random treasures.
So basically, I take a step, I flame lance in a line, and then I lava burst, which is an instant crit.
Wait, it's over here. James, it's over here.
That's awesome. But now I still have 120 gold left to spend.
So Nick now will have PTSD.
Don't worry, he can't attack people anyways.
Hey, it says your GM decides what you do with your round.
No, I mean...
Oh, I thought I drew one more. Sorry.
He can't attack anyone that have attacked him.
So you're implying that you're attacking me. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I rolled 6-sided dice for all this on top of it.
Yes!
What happened to the other attribute you had?
So, I guess with post-traumatic, I would say like on a 1 or a 2 you go, your PTSD activates?
Man, you know, why did I pick treasures? I'm going to be breaking all of them.
Yeah, why did you pick treasures?
No, it's fine. It's too late now, I can't refund it.
Yeah.
Well, now you actually have some actions. That's smart, actually.
Yeah, but remember, only 6-sided dice. The likelihood of rolling one's 1 out of 6.
Yep, you get the fun of one of every 6 actions is going to be a crit, one of every 6 is going to be a crit fail, and one of every 6 is going to be you running around in circles, going, ah!
Wait, so if we give him an attribute top, do I want a random attribute? DJ Shyrus, random attribute.
I don't know. You gotta.
Does anybody want the Buckaroo Vest, by the way?
Combo going on right now. I don't know.
Does anybody want the Buckaroo Vest, even if it's useless? Remember, you can keep it just for treasure zapping or something.
I got rid of the Buckaroo Vest.
I know, but Nick pulled one from his random treasures. Do you want one just so you can golden shot it? Or the revolver? Oh, wait, you didn't take the revolver.
Yeah, I got a golden shot.
Okay, then right now you're up to 2 anytimes each round.
Yeah. I really want to get inheritance. 3 random dress shot. Just RNG the shit.
Oh my god. I'm going to set aside this Buckaroo Vest for the other player than Nick.
Dude, I want to get inheritance. I should definitely. Yeah, I'm going to get inheritance. Let's go. Okay,
Inheritance?
I need 3 more random dress shots.
So my character is unfortunately a highly one-trick pony. But it is a pretty good trick.
Oh, I'm not arguing that. That's an amazing trick.
Man, I'm gonna have to be going unconscious all the time to get new abilities.
I mean, if you just give us all, if you just give me all your stamina every time you take a big hit, you go down like that.
Remember, he still has to death roll.
Jane, can I get the Jane.
What?
Can I get the 3 random dress shots from inheritance?
Yes, one moment, I'm getting your treasures. My god, you greedy McGreedyton.
Hey, I had to fill out my character.
And I was gonna ask you if you have some gold, you know, a little bit.
But it's RNG fun. And plus, I was thinking about getting that revolver still.
Your treasures are Wild Earth Bow, Midas Touch, and a Rod of the Monkeyfish.
Rod of the Monkeyfish.
Wow, that Warp Blade Earth Bow combo. Now you can attack for 15 rage and shift 3 spaces while making a rough terrain space. Oh, and also dealing an additional 5 light damage.
Yeah, dude.
That is pretty useful.
Yeah, I don't even basic attack.
Okay, so
you may have to buy like enchantments or something.
Yeah.
I really wanted that golden flip, but it was just wasn't meant to be.
Why, don't you still want your gold?
Yeah.
How much is enchantments?
Enchantments is 50. Yeah, I'm getting enchantments.
Buy both enchantments and the...
Jane, can I switch out more dexterity and chaos?
Oh, you're changing your mind.
Alright, now I'll learn magic arcane spell.
Alright, learn a random arcane spell.
Dang it. No, I'm not getting enchantments. I can't.
Alright, the spell you technically don't know but will turn in any other spell.
Yeah,
why is Thunder Shore.
Oh, you don't have a spell yet. I see what it is. Got it.
Alright, there's my character, guys.
Okay. So...
Oh man, I'm just worried you're not really gonna be doing anything.
Oh!
PTSD plus coward.
No! PTSD, coward, mischievous.
Hey, Jane, I need you to screw up my character even more. I need a random.
Just give me randomness already.
Please, Senpai, punish me more.
Give me blasphemous.
You all want a random attribute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peasant, please be peasant.
You are narcissistic.
Oh.
So you are a gallant narcissist.
I get a free bonus actually. You did.
The funny part is, you could totally take the death roll for Nick, so he can still get a spell from Hates and Fury because of gallant.
That's only a failed death roll.
I know, but you would still learn the skill, and then if you really wanted, his character could be self-sacrificing and let you get that skill and die.
I got a little critical success not to die.
Yeah, I know that.
So I would have to get 20.
Bang on those crits, man.
And keep in mind, Nick, for death rolls and stuff, I'm still going to make you roll a d20. This is just like for normal checks.
Because that's like a meta roll.
Yeah, for meta rolls, you roll a d20.
So otherwise, you're gonna die really with D6.
Man, no, I gotta say, just two things I gotta say. One, I'm happy I didn't pick Cobalt. I would have been rolling 2 d6s.
I have a question.
So, it looks like our characters for this week. We have a freaking daredevil playwright who can shoot off a bunch of flame lance lava burst combo while turning into a giant fire elemental, and can also assault people with burning, and a light fire spell as well. We have Nick, who is now a mech-savvy, mischievous coward.
Hi, how are you today?
Who will be casting either random spells or using an old cannon, a parrying dagger.
All of these can break.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
All your treasures could break.
Alright, look. Like, I didn't think, like, I didn't think I could make a character that was more poor than Killer. No, I was wrong.
No. This character's far. At least your sun sword was, how to frickin' Shizite.
Question.
And then we have our possible character number 1, who's a former Sun Cleric who's now a booty raider, very likely, who has a lot of goofy treasures. What's your question?
You could get like C-Shine.
What should I spend 50 on? Well, I was thinking I could get rid of the Warp Blade and instead get that golden cutlass. Not golden cutlass.
You're already at a lot of treasure, unless you like start giving them away or just dropping them.
That's why I said the golden flintlock. I can shoot.
And you also, yeah, I was like, cutlass. Why would you take the cutlass?
Yeah,
Because I have an inventory full of empty spots for treasure. I'm just kidding.
No, it's my inventory.
Yeah, it's corrupted backbone. That's his stuff.
I know.
That work plate, though.
That warblade is awesome.
Is there any NPCs following us down this cave?
There might.
Because I'm trying to figure out. Because I think like.
Because I think I would be the leader.
I feel like I'm like pseudo like a reporter or something, like kind of like investigating.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, you're a reporter.
Yeah, but
That could be a fun way to spin your character's backstory.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going. And I'm like, I don't care about the risk. I'm getting the angle. I'm getting.
Remember, you guys also completely ignored, if you remember, the whole once per shot betting thing.
I have a question.
Did you guys forget about the once per shot bet off, where I'll let you spend your gold and do a roll off against me?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So if you want, I'll let you like refund your niche knowledge, so you can have some gold for that.
Nah, there's nothing else I really need.
What is that thing?
I'd like to bet for this.
Dexterous?
Yes, I can't bet for anything else because I have 0 gold.
Wait, what's the bet thing? Explain the bet.
Yeah, it's like,
Nick, you did have a terrible amount of money. Is that what you want to bet for, Nick?
Wait,
that's the lowest thing in my shop.
What is the bet?
Besides blood contract, I can't get that. That's on the shop.
Hey, what is this bet thing?
Well, technically it's a skill. I'd let you bet for that if you wanted it, but...
I mean,
But keep in mind, it's also would be a random ability, but technically, because you aren't... Because Aura Chaos.
Okay, what is the bet thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can do a bet off against me, and depending on how much money you spend versus the price, I'll set a arbitrary roll where you do a roll, and if you win the roll off, you get that item with the last of your money, and if you lose the roll, well, you just lose the money.
I have a question. Would the shopkeeper give me anything if I sold?
No, you cannot sell back random stuff.
Was that random stuff?
Yes, that was.
Damn it.
So Nick, if you want to get Dexterous, is that your once per shop bet off?
Yeah,
Because of your terrible, awful luck, Nick, just don't roll a 1, and you can have Dexterous.
What the heck are you putting on my face?
Alright,
you could buy that.
I don't want to buy that.
Man, this is the second.
Alright, you are Dexterous, Nick.
Did you roll a 19? Dang. It's not bad.
I really just want it, like...
Now, what about on this normal gold roll?
I just wanted 10 gold for that stupid word.
The funny part is, Rokish Pantsuit and Hates and Fury works really well together. Is you can literally say, okay, I'm going to ignore Death Roll, but I still went in danger, so I get Hates and Pride activated.
I have a question. Can I bet with my word blade?
What?
Can I bet with my word blade?
No, you have to bet money.
Ooh, so this is the bar.
I mean, if you want to put other items, it's very likely that, though, if you lose, then you just lose the item, and you still don't get the item. But I might improve your chance. I might be nice.
Well, I really want that golden flintlock, and if I bet that, I just the freaking
Ooh, you can bet that and 50 gold.
No, because I wanted the golden flintlock and Fusion, which is 50.
Ooh.
I just want to sing a song.
Well, you can bet that.
You can buy the sea shanty, and then you can try and bet your last gold to see if you can swap out your weapon.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Alright,
So that's like
so
you
do you
bet
want to bet 40 gold and your warp blade, or just your 40 gold?
40 gold. How much would the word blade you choose?
I'm not going to tell you right now.
Okay, fine. I'll bet the warp blade too. Might as well.
Alright, since you are betting the warp blade as well, I'm going to say just don't roll a 3 or less.
Okay, time to roll one, guys.
Yeet.
Well, that was almost a 3. Alright, the shopkeeper is quite happy with your offer of a very expensive item from the Realm of Holding, and he's like, alright, fine, you can have this flintlock.
Yes.
You greedy little character.
Hey, I need to be able to do damage.
Oh, yeah, you need to be able to do damage. Blah, blah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna sing most of the time.
Your character is very bizarre.
My character is a fun character.
I have a question about this ability.
What ability?
Something just isn't like lava burst. If it says it's automatically a critical success if they're burning, does that count as a high roll?
Technically, yes.
Okay, so basically I can take a step, flame wave instead of on fire, then attack, lava burst, crit, and then because it
And they'll take like 60 damage, yeah.
And then echo.
Yeah, they'll totally take like 60 damage total from that.
Okay. So 20 from flame lance, then a bunch from crit lava burst, and then
I'd say it's like about 60 damage.
Really? Because that's just 60 base damage for all 3 hits. Because 20 from flame lance.
It's 20 normally, plus it's automatically keep in mind you cast a second copy of it, but the copy is like a no-roll bonus version of it.
Yeah.
So would be just a normal copy. So, aka probably how I would treat it is if you rolled on an average roll, I would just say, okay, it's just 40 damage, but if you high rolled, it would be like 60, or if you rolled a 20, it would be 80. Something like that.
No, I'm confused.
No, because Lava Burst says is that as long as it hits, it counts as a critical success. So aka on an average roll, because it automatically crits if they're burning, the target would take 40 damage.
Okay.
Echo of Elements say if you make a high roll, you get an extra copy of that spell, which as I would say would be a no-roll bonus hack, a no-roll version of it. So that would be another 20 damage because it's not a critical hit.
Okay, so you're 60 from just lava burst. Okay, I thought you were also including the flame lance.
No, I'm not talking about the flame lance part of it. I'm just talking about lava burst. Average rolls with it would be 40. High rolls would be 60. Critical hit, I'd probably say, would be an 80.
That's fine.
What if you high roll the flame lance?
And technically, the irony of this is because you're a playwright, you can cast as unmodified Thunderous Roar.
Speaking about that, Jane, I'd like to switch one more.
Well, I'm not, Mr. Memes, I'm not rolling for Flame Lance. I'm using my Elemental Mage Gauntlet to Flame Lance. So I might actually roll for that.
Oh, that's nasty combo.
Yeah, so I just walk, set them on fire, and then burst them twice.
That's nasty.
Assuming I don't roll one.
And are you sure you don't want to try to make like one last bet with the shop?
Well, am I allowed to bet with 0 gold? I guess I could roll 20, couldn't I?
Well, sorry, what was your normal gold roll, by the way?
I got like a 4.
Okay, yeah.
I got a really low roll, but I just got lucky because...
Well, what would you want to try and bet on?
Don't worry. I went the whole pimp my rag out.
Right now, you have a pretty full inventory for the most part, minus your abilities.
Guys, I'm gonna be singing a lot. We gotta have some fish.
Cool. Nice.
You know that famous fish, man.
Oh man, that's fashion. I don't know. I'd probably bet for the pop-puppy seeds.
You just want some pop puppies?
Yeah, that's probably what I'd bet for with my 0 gold.
Why did you take the niche knowledge if you wanted the pot puppy seeds?
Well, I didn't. I'd prefer the niche knowledge, but if... Oh, so you're saying get instead of niche knowledge bet? Nah. There's nothing else I really have room for that for over it.
Hey,
but you didn't want to get, say, like, save a spot for, like, another passive.
Well, I don't... There's no other passives I prefer.
Okay, that's fine.
Because the only other one I really want is, like, Scented Candle, but this is already making me not burn, you know? I'm not really worried about
Alright, so do you want some pot puppy seeds?
I mean, if I can bet with 0 gold...
I will let you bet with 0 gold, because you had a frickin' 4 on your gold roll, which isn't that much.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be really nice, kind of like with Nick. Don't roll lower than a 5. Alright, you can have those pot puppy seeds.
Oh, man. Just added an attribute to my character. Pot puppy lover.
I have a better question. The earth spell create a rough terrain, but also my passive.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting combination for your character.
Is it one sun rune and one terrain?
Yes, it would be 1 sun rune and 1 difficult terrain space.
Okay.
Oh, that's really good.
Sick. And the sun rune counts as a rough terrain.
Yes, technically you're making 2 difficult terrain spaces per ranged attack.
Hey,
Which also deal an additional 5 damage because you're frickin' Sunblade. Keep that in mind, everybody. You got the Sunblade as long as he shows up.
I can surround a giant guy with rough terrain and then box him in so he can.
Well, I mean, I don't think unless he's in a literal corner, I don't think you're going to be able to get enough around him fast enough.
I only need to shoot twice.
You only have one regular action.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I only need to shoot him twice, so it's all good.
Oh, I should probably count on my stamina. How soft I am.
If only I got your insect too, that would be funny. Hey, look!
Oh, just messaged. Hello. Ooh.
So,
I have 72 stamina. Not too bad. But with our little family plan we've got going on.
Yeah, your low health is mostly just going to avoid, like, being one shot.
Yeah.
So,
oh man, because you restore 100 every turn, don't you?
Yes.
Do you have like an NPC leader following us, or is it just us?
It's probably just you guys. I might be willing to give you an ally, depending on how I think it works with the story.
Because I was wondering if I could be the person leading that case.
That's a possibility, Nick. I like... So, DJV, have you started thinking about anything about your character? I like that idea that maybe you're just like a journalist. If that was where you were thinking with your character personality.
Am I able to slightly change it from right to like... Well, I guess... Can I be like the photographer?
Oh, yeah, you could be a photographer, sure. I mean, you have a pearl of hindsight, photographic memory. Yeah, if you wanted to just be like an element, like some lady who like travels off and does like photography for a newspaper or something.
Yeah, and then I bring my pot puppy seeds that my granny gave me, and I like wherever I stop to like kind of like write down these pictures, like picture something to remember. And then like I kind of like write from inspiration, but then I have my pot puppies just kind of growing beside me to cheer me up when I'm feeling homesick.
Hey.
Aww.
Can I be like the narcissistic gallant? Like I just want to be like a friend of the newspaper reporter. Just no. A hired mercenary from the paper. They want to protect their reporter.
Well, I'm looking at like your attributes and things, and I'm like thinking you could have been like an ex-Sun cleric who decided to like quit, like maybe got whether you left or got kicked out of the order and you became a pirate.
I'm for hire, man. And the newspaper hire is good because they don't.
Well, you are a narcissistic, gallant person. AKA, you probably think maybe you thought like you were too good for the Sun Swords.
Yeah.
And stuff, and you like just went out to be an adventurer.
Well, then what's Nick in our little party?
Wait a second, I just realized you guys are like the League of Explorers.
I want to be hired for the newspaper.
DJV, you're Elise, and Memes is Reno Jackson.
Oh, and you got like you got to protect you, and then I'm here to report on it.
No, I'm here to protect the.
Oh, you're here to protect the reporter, not the actual leader.
I get paid either. They just paid me more if you survive, so I may keep you.
Man, what a dick.
Man, yeah, that guy's a dick.
I did pay either way.
I mean, Yoko makes his character. You gotta tell him what kind of we got going on.
I may jump in and save you, but at the same time, I may just let you die.
Whoa. Gallant says you're a brave and noble fighter who's always heroic in the face of danger.
Here's the question.
I do get bonus
Who's
action to
paying you? Am I paying you, or is he paying you?
I do get bonus action to try and interrupt. So.
That's only when allies have to defeat a foe, meaning you have to defeat a foe.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Who's paying you? Is it the reporter or is it the leader?
It's
the reporting agency or the...
Okay, so you're not paying me, but your boss is paying me.
Okay, well here's the thing. My job is to report on Nick, so I need him alive.
Oh, well, he said try to keep...
So wait, I like to think Nick might be the one who discovered the crack and it like brought to the attention of the newspaper writer up here.
I mean, you don't have to protect me, but I'm going to report on Nick, who's...
I'm here to try and protect you, but...
I mean, I would have bought Legend in that. I was planning on buying Legend.
That's a lot of gold.
Well, I could have been by Plunder Chest, but that's too late.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, my guy is going to be a war better.
Hey, what treasures did you drop from the Plunder Chest? Is that all?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, parrying dagger's not bad.
Hey,
you know, I'm saying, if I don't roll a 1...
Fishing nets, you can just toss them and run.
If I don't roll a 1...
If you don't roll a 1.
Hey, I'm
honestly, Nick, I think the Plunder Chest would...
to inspire us to do the fighting for you.
Actually, I may be protecting the newspaper thing, or I may just be a hired help they did that. I'm not sure yet.
See, honestly, Nick, I'm not sure why you think your character is really that weak. I mean, the shillelagh gives you a way to use your regular action now.
It's just because he uses more. Yeah, mischievous is what he does. He rolls a 1, he has no damage.
Yeah, me and DJ proves that in that. Like 5 times in a row.
The only thing I know that won't break on me is Thunder Sword.
Yeah.
And that's like a random thing. You don't even know what's going to be.
No, I switched to Door of Dexterity because I realized Eats and Pride still a thing. So I may be able to salvage some kind of stuff from that.
Okay, got it.
But other than that, I don't know exactly what to do.
So what you should do is be like near the end of an encounter. If you haven't gone down yet, like as soon as like any of us get hit at all near the end, just dump all your health into us and then Rokesh pants it. Just at the end of the first encounter, you can just get a new ability.
Damn it! I really my debate still, even like this moment. I could trade an energy vest and get Master Magician's Robe.
But the 100 health.
I know the 100 health is what's. Because just everything just transforms into a spell.
Oh man, because our spirit like that is so good.
Dang, first world problems, man.
It's like we're a boss. Like, okay, you gotta burst us down.
Yeah, you gotta burst him down or me down.
What do you mean? Because how much health do you have?
I don't know. I need to add this up. So,
25 plus 5 plus 9. Oh.
30, 40,
plus 30,
51.
79.
No, I have 51 plus. No, I get this thing from Narcissist.
Oh, I forgot about the 2 from Narcissist. Yeah. Whoops.
So, yeah.
81, 71, 70. We have very, like, similar.
Yeah, except heal.
Get wrecked, Nick. At the bottom of the health board.
Sorry. You guys are ones on your gold roll. You know. Hey, I don't think you have mischievous, you have 15 different items.
It's a difference of 1, man. I have 1 more health than you.
I can just give people health.
Well, yeah.
Did Nick take it? Okay, he does have it.
Yeah, we all have that. Yeah, whenever Echo makes his, you need to remember to give them the spirit link.
Yeah, just get to pump people up. I get to pump you up, DJ.
Yeah, man, I'm the reporter, but I'm the one gonna be going in.
So Nick, you were the one with the this was the extra one you drew, right?
You're just gonna be healing me from the back, and Nick's
No,
not
no,
doing
I'm not.
anything.
No, I'm not. I'm running with a flintlock.
I know.
The thing is, alright, Gene, how would it work exactly? Because Thundersword can hit every foe on the battlefield. I'm a coward, so how does that work if someone attacked me?
Well, that's you being like, oh god, get away, and like accidentally hitting everyone.
I think you would only hit like the foe who hit you with that ability.
No, you don't hit the foe that hits you. So would it hit everybody but the guy that hit him?
Yeah, I guess.
It's like, oh, I don't want to piss him off anymore.
Hey guys, I can just Midas touch people every round. Death Roll City.
I mean, yeah.
I do 1 damage basic attacks.
But it might be better just to do damage.
No, you don't. No, you do 6 damage, Nick, because the Sunblade.
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking about myself. I do 2 damage then. Man, I'm so
No,
happy.
you get 5 more for Sunblade.
Yeah.
You technically do.
Like the Sunblade, I just like punch him 10 damage. Or I can just do my like awesome combo and just do like 60 to 80.
Yeah, punch him in the face for 10 damage.
Or like, well, or 80 to like 100 damage.
Hey, don't
Basically, as long
worry.
as I don't roll a 1, I can do like a 80 damage guaranteed. As long as I don't roll a 1. Well, like excluding interrupts or dies.
How would veteran work here since any times I don't have a shield? Fuck.
Oh yeah, so unless they interrupt me, which they can't because it's critical, it's guaranteed because of my photographic memory that it cannot be blocked out. Unless they stop me from it,
Would that work? You know about it. Hello?
Someone's lagging.
I think my phone tried to blow up.
Dang.
I just heard a buck stack. How would veteran work? Like any times?
You have 1 additional anytime each round.
Well, I get 1 more, but I don't have a shield. So I'm like, fuck.
Well, you can still try to dodge. It would just be harder. So that's our characters for hopefully this next week. I hope you all enjoy it. I'll see you hopefully on Sunday. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da.